this family have ended up with a doctor's bill for $1,000 without even being seen by a doctor.
The hospitals can charge you crazy amounts, and this is what I had heard from my friend.
Dhavul Bhatt, who immigrated to Missouri from India, says he always avoided hospitals in the U.S. to avoid large medical bills. But he couldn't anymore after his 2-year-old son burned his hand on the stove in April. Dhavul says his wife, Mansi, called their pediatrician, who told them to go to the ER.
I was very much worried. The blisters came on his hand. So at that time, I was really panicked.
The hospital coded it as a level 3, a moderately severe problem. Mansi says a nurse took a look at her son's vitals, looked at his wound, and said a surgeon would examine it more closely. But after waiting more than an hour, they decided to leave without seeing a doctor.
It was so annoying and frustrating. I was just thinking that why isn't someone coming to take a look at my son if his wound was so severe.
After a few days, their son's hand healed on its own, but then came the hospital bill for $1,012, and Bhatt owed more than $850 after insurance adjustments. A reporter suggested he ask for an itemized bill, which breaks down what the exact charges are. Almost all of the bill was for something called a facility fee. It's what hospitals can charge anyone who walks in and registers, even if they don't get treated.
I was really astonished to see such a crazy bill when nothing was done to my son.
After contacting the hospital several times to fix the issue, this bill was sent to collections. He says facility fees don't exist in India, and the concept of them still don't make sense.
If you compare it to just walking to the grocery store, you don't get charged for just entering the room or the place where you have been to. If you don't get any services, you don't pay.
The hospital eventually waived the facility fee in November after a Kaiser Health News reporter got involved. Bhatt's bill was then lowered to $38.92, the cost for seeing the nurse. In a statement, the hospital said in part the charge was appropriate based on factors including a traumatic wound assessment, adding it posts information about pricing online and at its care sites. Experts say you can avoid headaches when visiting the ER by asking for an itemized bill. And if you think your visit has been upcoded, complain. You know how much treatment you were given, but your insurer does not. For minor issues, they recommend getting care at a clinic or your doctor instead. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.